Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ishan Hassan. I'm the Sbr tutor from accountancy.com. So, in this video, I will discuss the June 2022 exam tips. And firstly, let me share the highlights from the recent examiner report. What examiner actually complained, although you can go to the ACC website and you can read, and it is my advice actually to read uh, first to latest examiner reports so that you can find out that what mistakes were made by the students in the exams previously, so that you won't repeat uh, the mistakes. Either you are repeating the exam, or if you are giving it as be a first time, you won't do those mistakes. Now, what were those mistakes? Well, the common mistakes were that a student didn't read the requirement carefully and misunderstood the requirement, and they were actually away from write something which is not relevant to the requirement. That was the common mistakes by the students. Number two mistake was that they write too briefly. Okay, they write too brief. They just write one in too briefly. They didn't explain well, and okay. For example, in one of the requirement, it was the last requirement of the examination. The requirement was related to the share-based payment, but what students did, they wrote about the employee benefits. Now, uh, hmm, let us move towards uh, the expected areas. This time, uh, consolidated foreign subsidiary can be tested. Complex groups can be tested, and then we have the chances of consolidated income statements and 5% chances of cash flow statements, consolidated cash flows. Which standards can be tested? Be ready for IFRS 10, IFRS 11, IFRS 2, IS 19, IS 38, IS 36, IS 37, IFRS 8, IFRS 9, financial instruments, um, IS 8, IS 10, IFRS 15, IFRS 16, IS 33, and IFRS 13. These standards are the most important, but do not ignore the other areas as well. KPIs also can be tested, ratios can be there, ethics will be there, and as far as the current issues are concerned, uh, current issues are concerned, the sustainable development goals, the definition or and disclosure of capital, climate related disclosures, and investor focus. These are the current issues which have the high chances. Now, the exam technique, appropriate exam technique, is that firstly, after reading the requirement carefully, first discuss the relevant part of the accounting standard. Remember, you do not need to the write the whole standard. Just write the part of the standard which is applicable to the scenario, then connect it with the scenario, then explain what's going wrong in the scenario, or what's the issues in the scenario if there is any, and then give your conclusion accordingly. Point by point you have to do this. uh, right study each read the each line of the scenario and discuss the accounting standard related to it, connect it with the scenario, and then give your conclusion. That's how you have to construct your answer. Remember, and do write the maximum as per the requirement and the marks. Do not write too much excessive, otherwise you'll be doing it on the cost of other questions. So these are the tips for SBR exam, and my advice is, keep following accountancy on Facebook page. Uh, sign up on accountancy.com, which you can find in the description as well. And do share this with others as well to help them, and wish you all very good luck for your exams.